quick.
Episode 6 of Men Ain't Shit. We done made it to 6 episodes, big baby. 6. Block, 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 block. It's nuts. It's nuts.
We made it.
We made it, Larry. And I'm proud of us. We only missed 1 week where we did not do the podcast. I feel like
Tell them why, Josh. It's your fault.
Oh my God. All right. So I was out in the streets. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with y'all. That's what I do. But today is a great day because I have done what Larry has been asking me to do for like the last 2 weeks. I have finished Insecure. And let me just tell you, Issa, you're doing the damn thing, girl. You're doing the damn thing. I'm still up in the air about Molly. Molly got a lot of pride issues. In fact, let me just go ahead and say this. This episode is going to be full of spoilers, okay? Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Josh, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Everyone has seen it already.
But I'm just saying, what do people like me? What do people like me, Larry, who haven't seen it?
You might honestly be the last person who has seen it. Everyone else.
So let me just say from the jump, my big dude, TSA dude, funny as hell. TSA dude, funny. The booty button, though, Larry, that was a little too much. That was a little too much.
Hey, that's what he was into, though.
He was into that.
I respect
Issa was cool with it. But Issa put on the big dude, so that was cool. The brother playing the brother. You know what, Larry? I wanted to tell you this, too. My outlook for her brother has changed, too.
Exactly.
My outlook
that's
for
why, yeah. That's why when you were saying that, I was like, yo, Issa's brother is funny. Like
he really is. He really is funny. And to be honest, I thought he was just like, I thought him and Issa had a relationship, but it was kind of just like, okay, you get on my nerves, bye. But they truly act like brothers. Like the Thanksgiving episode, I was dying laughing when they saw the ambulance, and so he was like, "Oh shit, mom!" And then it was like, he was like, "Oh, just Stanley." I was dying laughing, and I think we saw a different side of him because they're sitting in the restaurant having Thanksgiving together, and I thought that was a real scene. Like that was. I'm glad they put that in there. Like that was really a good scene between them. What else I got? Tiffany. There is help. Is it postpartum depression?
She was definitely having postpartum depression. She was
definitely having that, and I want to applaud because the husband did such a good job. Because I'd be like, "Where you at? What you doing?" Like I would have bugged, but not because I was mad, because I care. You know, I would be like, "Yo, I didn't know."
Stressing. Yeah, absolutely
man,
stressing.
He was stressed, and I don't blame him. That's his boo boo out in the streets. I would have did the same thing. And I understand that she needed to get away. You know, postpartum is for our, it's serious. It's serious.
For sure.
I know you want to get to the Lawrence thing. I'm just running off of the stuff that real quick because the Lawrence thing is going to take a little bit of time. And once again, I always say this. I'm always up in the air about Molly. One episode I love her. The next episode I hate her. The next episode I love her. The next episode I hate her. Like, I feel like Molly thinks that her life is together, but it's not. She does. Issa was trying to make up with her, and she was just like, "Oh, it's her fault." Even Andrew was trying to tell, like, even with the time, I noticed that anytime Andrew wanted to do something, she was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Exactly.
But she wanted to do everything. Okay, I don't think the brother was out of line. You know, he asked a legit question. You know, was it really a race thing? I thought that was a legit question when they was, in Mexico. I thought that was a legit question, but Andrew had a good point. What are you going to do? You're going to avoid him my whole life? He's my brother. You know, if this is for us, you're going to have to see him. So I thought that was good. Insecure touches on a lot of stuff that, as if you was to watch it on a regular show, like on Blackish or something, they couldn't do it because it's HBO. You know what I'm getting at? Right. But don't get me wrong, Blackish is still a good show, though. Lawrence clapping cakes, caked up on a Tuesday. He's smashing everything in sight. I'm like, oh my God. Like, oh man, hey.
That was like season 2 Lawrence, but I mean, now in season 4, we got a more.
No, that was like season 3. Lawrence was giving chicks chlamydia. Oh my God. But he was a real one because he made the call. Most dudes wouldn't even made the call.
Yeah.
Most dudes wouldn't even make the call. So I'm gonna give him credit for that. He made the call. Then he met my girl. What's the girl?
Condola.
Condola was okay. Okay, Condola. I see you out here in these streets. Now I'm gonna, because I know you want to talk about Lawrence and Condola. So, but let me just hit you off with this. Lawrence went through some things, okay, with Issa cheating and everything, and Issa did everything to say she was sorry, you know. And I think she said something so important to her brother. I mean, when I thought back, it was like, damn. When she's telling her brother about Condola and Lawrence, and she was like, you know, I had to deal with him for 2 years. I mean, 2 years without having a job or nothing. And Issa said something along the lines like, she's reaping the hard work I put in. Something like that. I can't remember the line.
Cancels out though.
Huh?
Like, I feel like, sure, she can say that. She can, but I feel like since she cheated and was the reason that they ended up breaking up, it doesn't matter what you put into someone. Because honestly, Lawrence was ready to make that full commitment. He was about to propose to her.
That's true. That's true.
So I understand her being in her feelings about it, but at the same time, she has to understand that it is her fault that they didn't make that next leap. Now, that gives no pass for Lawrence not being shit for 2 years.
I mean, 2 years. I'll tell anybody. Lawrence he was bucking them. 2 years. There's no way 2 years. But you know what? He does say something, Larry. When they're talking back, saying that he was hurt, and because he's watching her go out every day and stuff like that. But but to me, if you were hurt that bad, you would have got out and just got a job. Period. Even if it wasn't something that you wanted, you would have went out and got a job. Period. Because I wouldn't feel comfortable if I sat on my ass for 2 years and someone had to support me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't feel right. And Issa did take a tumble. She took a tumble pretty hard, Larry, in the bar. She took a tumble pretty hard. I mean, then she laid there. I don't blame her, though. I did that at McDonald's. I slipped at McDonald's during lunch rush. No lie, Larry. I was working at the McDonald's right across from the Department of Education downtown. Summer job. Man.
Should have sued Josh.
Hey, but Larry, I stayed there. I slipped.
You slipped and just...
I slipped. I had somebody's tray. Boop. Tray hit me in the jump. I laid there. The lady was like, "You okay?" I was like, "Yep." And I just laid there. Didn't get up. I didn't get up for like 20 minutes.
Why didn't you get up?
Because see, people think you're crazy at that point. They're not laughing no more. They think you're crazy.
I would call 911. I would be like, "Oh, yo."
Now, since you say that one damn person called 911. That's crazy.
I was like, "This nigga is down for 20 minutes. Is he okay?"
The manager was like, "You gonna get up?" I was like, "Nope." I laid there for 20 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I wanted to ask you this, Larry. I don't care what no one says. Issa and Lawrence had history. 5 years together is a long ass time. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? But here's my thing. If you're with someone that long, you obviously love them. You obviously love them. I didn't think he was going to go back to her because she cheated.
I saw the signs. I mean, the writing was on the wall the whole time.
It was.
Once he started talking to his boy, "Oh, would you go back?" And his boy was like, "Hell nah." But I know, even though they're friends, they don't have a similar mindset when it comes to relationships. So
yeah.
I was like, Lawrence is going to try to find a way back to Issa because there is a love there.
There's. Could you take somebody back after cheating?
Me personally, I wouldn't. I'll never forget when my mom told me this. It was the best advice that she's given me. She's like, when you're delivered from a situation, and someone shows you the true colors, why go back to that? Leave that in the past. That's a lesson, and now you use what you learned from that lesson for other relationships. So
that's deep. Your mom on some Yodas. Your mom on some Yoda shit.
So I apply that to every relationship. It's like if the relationship has ran its course and we've decided to part ways, what's the point of us trying it again? I mean, although I will say, in Lawrence and Issa's, world, it seems like they've changed so much that they don't really seem like the same people from season one.
They don't. They really don't.
But I know people can kind of get back into old habits. So I personally, I would just feel like, oh, we'll just kind of fall back into a routine of things, and we'll end up being this. It'll be the same situation as it was before. So I'm not really trying to risk that.
You know what? This is one, Larry. I'm always on the fence because there was this girl I dated. Let's just call her Dubs. She lived in Richmond, and completely honest, I was working this was at the time I was working at Best Buy, CVS, and like Ruby Tuesday. So I was working like 3 jobs, and I didn't get a chance to see her as much as I did. And I remember one time she called me and she told me, she cheated. She called and told me. I remember being so angry, like, man, not to her, but like, man, fuck this. I was working at when I was working at CVS. I'm pretty sure everybody that night probably stole everything because I was up in the security joint. I'm just like, I didn't care. I was like, man, get the hell out of here. And I remember being mad, like really mad. Then I remember being like, okay, we can work it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I went through all these different emotions, and I honestly don't know. Man, you think about those good times, and then I don't even care. Like, even before you knew they looked like they had a great relationship. Like, and like you said, the writing was on the wall. Lawrence was going to get back there sooner or later. What's that song by Mariah Carey? Spread your wings and begin to fly. Something like that. I can't remember how to word.
Do not quit your day job.
Do not.
Do not.
So my whole thing was, and then, fast forward a little bit, like you said, the writing was definitely on the wall. He was definitely gonna get back with Issa. But then when I thought he found Condola, I was kind of like, I really was like, oh, the Issa thing may not happen. The Issa thing may not happen.
I knew him and Condola wasn't something real.
I think to be honest, like, even though the only real relationships we ever seen Lawrence was with the chick from the bank and Condola. Those and even if you want to call the chick from the bank a relationship, because according to Lawrence, it really wasn't.
But see, the reason I say it wasn't real isn't because of Lawrence. I think it was more so because of Condola. Like, honestly, when I look at them, Lawrence, I feel like was trying to, I don't want to say trick himself, but he was trying to get back into a relationship. He seems like a relationship kind of guy, and he was like, I want a relationship, and I can kind of attest to that because I'm like the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, all right, here's Condola. Wonderful woman, has a great job. She's successful, beautiful, and
I'm gonna throw it out there, Larry. Nobody's still better than my boo-boo Kelly on the show. Nobody is better than Kelly. Period. I don't hear what you want to say. Kelly is boo-boo.
To you.
To me.
To you.
I think Condola had a better body than Issa. That's all I'm saying, though. That's all I'm saying. But Issa is prettier than her for sure.
Oh,
I love Issa's smile, man. Her smile is so.
Yes, it's radiant.
So. Oh my God!
It's amazing.
Every time she smiles, people like, stop looking at me like that, Issa. Stop it. Stop it. Her smile is everything. So I could never be mad at that. All she had to do is make that smile out. I'm like, God damn it. Go ahead.
Back to what I was saying.
Yes, continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
Damn, cut me off. So I feel like totally Lawrence was trying to make something with Condola, but Condola, on the other hand, I feel like, like they were saying, like, oh, this was supposed to be like a hit it and quit it type thing, but she might have started to catch feelings, and it was developing. Just probably not at the same rate as it was developing for Lawrence, and you can kind of see that with him not being invited to the Thanksgiving.
Larry, what's up with you in this Thanksgiving? You keep banging that out because he wasn't invited to the Thanksgiving. You keep saying that.
He invited himself.
He did invite himself. He did invite himself, though.
if you're talking to somebody and she's having a Friendsgiving, you talking to her, are you not a friend?
But
or
we talked about this earlier. Maybe she didn't know Lawrence food slapped. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, I don't want to bring the Friendsgiving and his food trash.
no. He can buy something. I mean, if it is that trash, he can buy something. I'd rather have store-bought food than trash food. Okay. So
he did invite himself, though. You're right. He did invite. And he
invited himself.
You're right.
So she wasn't ready to make that leap, like to invite him over to meet her friends. So she's obviously at a different point than he is. So all I'm saying is, I feel as though Condola was on the fence about them, which, we'll get back to once we start talking about the finale, because that's where a lot of confusion happens for me personally.
Okay. So after they had their meal, Lawrence and Issa, and when she tells him to come back in the house, I'm like, it's about to go down. It's about to go down. And I really wasn't expecting Lawrence to forgive her, but he did. And
look, one thing is, time heals all wounds.
Facts. That was some real Yoda shit you said right there. We pardon. That was pardon today. So, they go back. Everything's looking great. But Lawrence, first of all, and maybe you guys, but I'm kind of at the toss up because, well, no, I'm not, because never mind, I lied, because she actually says that she would go with him. Okay. So, Lawrence, life is good.
She said she would go to San Francisco?
Yes, because she was having an issue with Molly, and she said, because Lawrence goes like, are you ready to just pick up and leave your friends? And she's like, yes, I'm like the whole thing. Because, the shit that was going down with Molly, and I guess, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Issa really didn't have nobody to talk to after Molly. Remember, her mom, but that was a good episode too. I hate to go back, but I'm just gonna talk about that one scene. A mother always knows, bro, always. And her mom didn't say anything. She was just like, you okay? And Issa kept on saying, yeah, I'm fine. Then all her mother did was hold out her arms. Issa hugged her and she broke down. I'm gonna give you a line from one of the greatest movies, The Crow, with Brandon Lee.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Die Hard.
No, not Die Hard. Brandon Lee tells this girl in The Crow, this mother, mother is the name for God on the lips and hearts of all children. If that scene did not explain that, I mean, Issa, that hug was enough, and she knew, her mom knew something was wrong, even though Issa didn't want to tell her. You know what I'm saying? I've been in that position, trying to be tough, and mama like, you good? Like, yeah, then just, oh, mama, damn, why mama? She left me, mama. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was a real good scene. Now we're gonna go back. So everything looks good. It's looking sweet. Issa and Lawrence back together. They eating takeout. He clapping cheeks on the back of the couch. I mean, it was a freak nick in there. It was a freak nick.
Yeah. They was getting it in.
They were getting it in. It was freaky. Then Condola just squares up, brings the joke. But like I told you, I called that. I knew Condola was gonna come back and say she was pregnant.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, I thought something else was gonna happen. Like, I knew Condola was gonna still be in the picture somehow, some way. Like, I thought Lawrence was gonna pull a, I don't know, like, because I remember Issa saying, like, I felt like she was like, what is this? Like, what are we doing? Like, blah, blah, blah. What we're doing. Like, I'm enjoying what we're doing.
But then I kind of got mad at Issa a little bit right there. Because why? Issa gets mad, but it's kind of like, Lawrence wasn't dating you.
Oh, no. I'm talking back at a different point. But, like, what you're saying is, like, yeah, like, how you're going to be mad that, or feel some type of way that I got someone pregnant who I was with.
Right.
Because yeah, like, but the whole situation would have never happened had you not cheated.
Good point. But then again, too, and we have talked about this on another episode, but Alabama's really out here smashing without condoms. That's what I'm getting at. Like,
But they in a like, but hear
are
me
you
out
about
though.
to say they in a relationship, Larry?
But hear me out. Hear me
Okay,
out.
because okay.
I mean, if you are with someone, y'all both clean.
Is that proven? Does everybody have paperwork saying they clean?
Sure, yeah, let's say say this paperwork proven.
Okay.
And you know your partner's on birth control.
Was Condola on birth control?
I don't know.
Apparently she wasn't.
But I'm saying, you know, that should be saying it's 90.99. You know, there's a little in between chance that something could happen.
Man, Lawrence should have been strapping up. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's a relationship. I get that. I truly understand. But now look at the predicament we're in now. Look at this shit. Lawrence, okay. I'm all for people having fun. You know, cool. But first of all, we're going to get some paperwork. Then I'm going to confirm during the birth control. Like, I'm just not going to be smashing and like shooting up the club. And like, it ain't no joke. Come on now. Like, I cannot believe, like, even though I knew when she showed up at the door and they was cutting back and forth, her eyes were kind of watery. I was like, she fucking pregnant. That's the first thing I said, she pregnant. And then she said something that completely blows Lawrence out of the water. And then Lawrence said, Lawrence sitting on the couch, he's like, "Are you gonna keep it?" She says, "Yes, I'm gonna keep it." She was like, dude, you can kind of see Lauren's face go like, "Wait, but you were with a married man and you didn't have a kid."
Exactly. And now we not even together. You wasn't even feeling me like that. You wasn't even sure that you wanted to even be in a like actual relationship. I was supposed to just be hit it and quit it, but you're like, I'm ready now. How are you ready now?
Yeah.
You were married and you wasn't ready. But on this very shaky soil, you're like, yeah, this is the time.
I'm not gonna lie, and I want y'all ladies and men to comment and put your comments in the no, I was gonna say put your comments in the comment section, but yes, about what y'all have done in that situation. Because to me, I'm not gonna lie to you. It takes two to tangle, okay? So I you know, but
I mean, it does.
But I'm not gonna lie to you either. Why now? Why do you want to keep it now? Like, and see, that brings up a lot of questions. Does she know that Lawrence is on his way to the top? You know what I'm saying? Or does she just want to keep the baby because she thinks it's bring back Lawrence? You know?
I don't think it's either. Like, Condola is successful on her own.
I mean, she did give him the option she did say you could be as involved as you want to be. But Lawrence is not that type of dude. He's not going to be that type of father.
I feel like he's not even about to take the job in San Francisco. Yeah, he's going to stay.
He's not.
But that also opens up something else between Issa and him, because now his child is going to take precedence. Like,
damn, I didn't think about that yet, but you're right though. You're right.
Like, you know, he gonna have to be there for his child, and he definitely seems like the type of dude is like dropping everything.
Yeah, I don't think Lawrence, especially I know that his well, they don't show his mother, but they show his father. You know, when he's trying to help him out with the phone, his father's not like that, and even because he tells Lawrence, you got to make it work. So I don't think Lawrence is that type of dad. I could be wrong, but the signs, you know, I made it up to psychology 102. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty.
But the other thing is they point back to where where Derek, his friend, was taking care of his child, and Lawrence was looking at Derek's daughter in the crib, and it was like a moment of elation. Like he was like happy, like he seems like like he wanted children in that moment, sure. that he would be excited to do that. And then, you know, he went outside, talked to Issa or whatever. So it's obviously something that he seemingly wants. I can't say obviously, but yeah, he seemingly wants to have children.
Yeah.
So this is a different situation where it's like he had something special with Issa. I mean, they were together for a long time. They've made up. They've made peace with each other, and now they're trying to go forward. But now it's a child that I feel like Lawrence is definitely going to give most of his time and attention to, and is
For
going to
sure.
have to sacrifice for. So I don't know. It's definitely interesting.
Very interesting. And yes, this does put like a hindrance on Issa, but I definitely don't feel like Issa could be mad because they weren't together. And if Lawrence does do the right thing and deal with it, yes, it's gonna be a life-changing event because not only that, you're gonna be attached to the mother for the rest of your life too. You know?
Really, her and Cadola seemingly they can
Make
they
it
have
work
some
without
type of
being. Yeah.
yeah, they at least they can be friends. They
Yeah.
know that, it's been proven. But I don't like you said, I don't think she has anything to be mad about, but I can understand her feeling away.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because like, yeah, you were. I mean, I get it, but I still think Lawrence should have been. I think Lawrence should have been strapping up. Like I really do, man. Like,
I mean, hindsight is 2020, Josh. Of course he would.
but Larry, you should at least been confirming that she was on birth control or something. I mean, I just can't. And we already know at this point, we already know Lawrence reckless. We already know he reckless. He out here in these streets. He reckless. You know what I'm saying? Like he's Lawrence out here reckless. Like, yes, that's gonna throw a hint. I mean, but first, I didn't even think Lawrence was gonna be like, "Oh, you gonna keep it?" I didn't see that coming. And then when he asked
I
her,
did. Yeah, when he asked that question, I was like, I don't seem like a Lawrence type question.
exactly, that's the same thing I thought. I was like, "This don't seem like a Lawrence question." Now his other boy, the other light skinned dude,
Yeah.
oh, he would have been like, "For sure."
he would have definitely asked that like 3 times. He would have like, but are you sure?
Are you sure you gonna keep
like,
it?
bro?
And see, I already think right there's already a level of hate. Not hate, but dislike. Because you want to, now you're on two playing fields, you're on two different playing fields as it is. Lawrence doesn't want to keep it, Cadola does. So that's already bumping heads right there. That's already bumping heads. So, like I said, I didn't think that was a Lawrence question, but when he said it, I was like, oh, shoot, okay, well, he asked. But I do see your point. I don't get why Condola wants to keep it when her and Lawrence are not together, and she looks like she wants to raise a 2-parent household with her child, But and of course we don't know nothing about her marriage before. But you were married and you didn't have a child, so what? I mean,
I would imagine like, of course they're divorced, so it wasn't like the happiest of households. And the dude was probably out there cheating. I mean, that's just what I gathered from the information we had at hand. But I'm pretty sure with this happening, we're gonna learn a little bit more about Cadola in the next season.
I mean,
But
at this
so
point
far,
though, I don't think I could. I don't think I could do that though. I would just have to. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck, but I would just have to. First of all, I would have just been strapping up. But in the case something happened, I would just have to probably man up and just.
so you saying if you were Lawrence,
Mm-hmm.
you would go back to Cadola and raise a child together.
No, because apparently she didn't want that in the
Okay.
beginning. I still think you can be a decent parent without being in the same household. I think a lot of people don't think that, but there are actually parents, and I have seen them, who are not together and they raise their child equally. If I was in Lawrence's shoes, first of all, I wouldn't have been in Lawrence's shoes because the Trojan man would have been by my side at all times, Larry. But if I was, to me, I like Condola, but I think she's a good woman. I really do. But to me, it's something under the surface that I just don't trust yet. I don't trust it yet. I really don't. But I
don't get that vibe, but I mean,
I think there's something under the surface. I think it's gonna come out in the next season. I just feel like it's something. To me, I had history with Issa. If I was Lawrence, I would have just told Issa, look, it is what it is. I'm gonna be a dad. I would, if we're gonna be together, this is just something we're gonna have to overcome. And because the child and her are gonna be here. Period. There's no way you can get rid of either of them. They're here. And I'm going to have a connection with the baby's mother. I'm not saying that we got to be lovey-dovey or buddy-buddy, but I am going to have to talk to her. There's going to have to be nights and, real late where she called because there's something wrong with the child or something like that. So we're just going to have to work on this.
Right. No, it's got to be a level of communication. And that's if that's what Issa want to do. Like, she wants to deal with that.
Yeah, so let me ask you this. What is your beef with the situation? Well, not really beef, but what's your...
So you saying, like, what problem would I do I have with the Condola Lawrence Issa thing?
Yes.
I mean, I see it happen in real life.
Definitely.
Unfortunately. So I don't know if I necessarily have a problem with it. Of course, it's Condola's choice to keep the child.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see Lawrence be. I don't want to see him be a bad father. So he needs to be in the child's life. And I think Issa's at the crossroads where she has a choice. She has a decision. To be with Lawrence if she chooses. Now the thing is, sure, right now she could say, I'll give it a shot, right? She can say that. But the moment the child is actually born and Lawrence is spending time and seeing that interaction between him and Condola and the child, I feel like she's going to feel like an outcast. I think then she can say she's going to feel like, I actually don't want this. Go to Lawrence and say, I'm not feeling this. I don't like this. And then that's going to be, I feel like Lawrence is going to be like, well, you said you're signing up for this. You said you was going to be. I see there being problems in the future once a child is born.
Do you know how mad I would be if you say that you're willing to make this work and then you come back after that and say no? That would be. But see, I think Issa's past that point too. I think Issa has grown a lot.
But no, it's different than saying. It's different saying that you can deal with something when you're not dealing with it, and then it's actually there.
Good point. Very good point. Very good point.
So, I mean, I don't know. I just think that all three of them have decisions to make. Issa can very easily just walk away from it.
True. But I mean, Condola gave an option that most men don't get. You can be as involved at this child as you want to be. But I know Lawrence. Well, not personally know him, but from the show. I definitely feel like he's not going to be that type of dad. Most dudes would have been like, okay, bet. Don't worry about it. Don't even look at me. But
I wouldn't say most dads. I would say some.
Some. Okay, well, let's say some. I didn't mean to say many. Let's say some. I personally couldn't do it because I couldn't raise a child or know I have a child and me out here trying to live my best life. And what are your kid just like comes back and just says like, yo, why not even like a birthday, or why are you not coming around? What are you supposed to respond to that? How can you look your child in the face and be able to say, I just didn't want anything to do with you?
I mean, just I don't see that ever happening in that situation. But I do.
Definitely not with Lawrence. Lawrence ain't that.
Eh,
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah,
not gonna happen.
not in this situation. But speaking to that in totality. God damn it, Josh. Why can't I say totality?
I don't know, Larry. Why can't you say it?
I don't know. Um, I feel like not having a father, although I didn't experience this, but I've seen it through other people and my friends and stuff. Not having a father in your life can be very detrimental. Um, so I feel like if I grew up without a father, of course I'm gonna go. If I get a chance to ever meet him, I'm gonna be like, why
Yeah,
not?
you're gonna, yeah, yeah.
Like, would what harm would it have been if you just were in my life? You know what I'm saying? So I don't see it happening, but I am looking forward to season 5. Season 4, man. The first half of it was a little rough to get through.
I don't feel. I definitely feel like they were
I
definitely trying to branch out and do a little bit of other stuff because there was that one episode where you just got Molly and Andrew, like the whole episode. Um, I don't feel like it was pretty tough to get through. You find out
did,
about
man.
Nathan. Well, you learned that at the end, but
Did.
you found out about Nathan, and I'm like, well, okay, but did you have to ghost her for doing that? I mean, I understand you was going through some mental illness shit, but did you really have to ghost? You couldn't just be like, I'm bipolar. Like, I definitely feel like now we all know at this point mental illness is like a serious thing. So I definitely feel like if you would have just told Issa like from the beginning.
But he also had to deal with um like finding that out on his own, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you're right. I don't see that as a total excuse of ghosting someone.
Hey,
He could have simply said, "Hey, yo, I'm going through something right now.
right.
I will, hit you. I will hit you up when I'm able to, but don't worry about me. I'm gonna get through this. Just something simple. Just a little bit of communication goes a
Something.
long way. So yeah,
Larry, I want to tell you something though. Get real close to the mic because I don't want Bama's to. You're gonna be like, I don't want Bama's to hear me. It's a podcast.
I'm not getting close to the mic. But go ahead.
Coachella. Okay.
What about it?
They tased my boo Kelly.
Come on.
And she peed on herself, and I was kind of like, oh, I bet.
And with that being said, this has been the episode 6 of Men Ain't Shit Podcast. We don't know about a 7th yet. We'll be getting back to you on that.
Man, Kelly yanked that chick off the back of the jaw. I said, oh, get it, Kelly. She's squaring up. And let's just talk about the fact that Insecure played homage to one of the greatest movies of all time. The Last Dragon. Barry Gordon's The Last Dragon. Hell yeah. In fact, I can't show y'all because the door closed, but I got that DVD sitting in the bottom of that closet right there. God, that shit was the glow. When you got the glow, you feel. You don't know enough about that, Larry. You don't know enough about the Last Dragon. Oh, you can wait. I know you're not going to sit here and tell me you've never seen The Last Dragon. I know. Larry, you never seen The Last Dragon.
Seen The Last Dragon.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, bro. Catching bullets with his teeth. Okay. So, Larry, there were some other things that went on this past week.
Yes.
That the internet is buzzing about.
Your boy.
Whoa, why you gotta be my boy?
Your boy.
He ain't my boy. To be perfectly honest with you, I just heard about him last week.
And your boy, the freshest of princes.
The freshest of princes.
the prince of all freshness.
So okay, and to give y'all a little background, because this one's gonna mostly be Larry. I saw the interview with August, and he's talking about Jada, okay? Well, from the get-go, we had already knew, there has been talk that Jada and Will had an open relationship, okay? That's not like the first thing came up. From what I got from the whole conversation with August is that Jada put that fire on him. He didn't want to let go. Because when you love someone, you
see,
just
I'm
don't
glad.
treat them bad.
See, I'm glad you seen the August interview because I did not see that, right?
Yeah, okay.
And I seen the Red Table. So, we can kind of talk about a few different things because from the Red Table talk, it's now understood that wasn't an open relationship situation. They were separated.
Oh, Will and Jada were separated.
They were separated.
But then why did he ask? He said that Will Smith gave him his blessing.
Also in the Red Table talk, which can totally be a cover up. I'm gonna be honest with you. They could be lying. Who knows? She said she's the only one who can give permission to date her. And Will was like, yeah, you right. He probably still said something.
Will definitely. So, I mean, he was in love with Jada. And that, to me, it just sounded like he was in love. He got his heart broken. That's what it is. Now, don't get me wrong. From that interview, he loved Jada. Like, he loved her. Okay? I got it. But I didn't see the Red Table. So, walk us through that, because this is going to lead to how do y'all feel, the audience, about open relationships. Okay?
Yeah, because I feel like all of our understanding was it was an open relationship, right?
Yes, that's right. That's what I feel like it was.
And we were all up in arms about all the timeline was saying was, oh, how could you just, be in an open relationship? Or what's the point? Now, I couldn't do it.
I definitely feel like I can't do it too, because
What?
Well, Larry, I got to tell you why I can't do it.
Why?
I'm jealous. If you keeping your promise. I don't know what's going to be in songs today. I don't know what's wrong. But
and I told you to stop.
we're going to get monetized. I'm completely with you. I don't think, to me, if you're going to be in an open relationship, you might as well just not be in a relationship. Now, if we go back, because that was what my man Dro was doing that in Insecure. Okay? This is why I don't think it works, because people catch feelings. You catch feelings. I can't speak for everybody, but I'm a very emotional person. I mean, very emotional. You know what I'm saying? I'm very emotional, I don't think I could do that. But in fact, I know I can't do that. So, Larry, tell me why you can't do it.
I think similar points. I would be jealous.
Definitely jealous.
Also, I feel like that opens up the possibility of just falling in love with someone else, whether it be me or like whoever I'm dating or married to or whatever. I feel like that begins to be even more problematic. It's one thing to just be having sex, even though I wouldn't like that. Regardless, I would be jealous of that. But I would be even more jealous if she fell in love with another guy.
I'm gonna try to tell you, the cheat ain't the hurtful part. It's when somebody say they love the other person. That's deep. That's deep.
That definitely would hurt to hear.
That would hurt. So, I think that would hurt more than knowing they were physically together, more than the sex. I think that would hurt more.
I think they both cut deep.
I don't know. I think emotionally, that thing. Not only does that cut deep though, Larry, they twisting at that point, so the wound can't even close properly. I don't know.
Oh, you know that because you was an EMT.
Hey, I'm out here in these streets. I keep trying to tell
y'all. So that's why I personally couldn't do it. But let's get back into the fact that according to them, it was just separation, which also leads to me like, if you're separated, do you think you could then go back into a relationship knowing that y'all was both out doing like whatever y'all wanted to do?
I think you can. It just needs to be for sure. Let me go.
Well, I mean, now we all know what's going on with them.
August saw his chance to tell Jada how he really felt, and he took that shit. That's literally.
But this ain't even the first time. Like he like keeps saying shit, and like And Will in the Red Table Talk is like, yo, it's kind of weird to hear about this, seeing as like this happened 4 years ago. Like we didn't pieced it up, but now I'm dealing with this all over again. Like, why? And you're like, why am I dealing with this again?
That's what Will said.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the memes are out of control. The memes are OC.
So he was like, when I tell you that head shake, I've seen it before. That was in The Pursuit of Happiness. I seen that. Yeah, he was about to cry. I've seen that
head shake before.
I've seen
that one, Larry. That one.
Yeah, no.
That's the one. That's the handshake, huh? That's the handshake.
Yeah, he hit that for about 10 of the 13 minutes of the joint. Like,
and see, I'm 99% sure. Well, not 99%. I'm 100% sure. Will and Jada both saw the interview, so now they got to come out because we're social media people now. They came up with a game plan for sure to talk about it, for sure. Like, it wasn't just some spirit of the moment. They was like, okay, let's get on top of this. See, I definitely feel like things happen like reaction now. And now since social media just makes us all connected so everyone knows, it's kind of like, okay, let's get on this right now before it gets OC.
Do you think it would have been better if they ignored it though? Or if they just never said anything?
Yes, I think it would have been better if they just ignored it. Just ignored it, because now you just told me that Will Smith was about to cry the whole interview basically because he was hurt. Like, at this point, if he had just been like, half of the time I think it's good just not to say anything.
Now I know other people will probably see, like, you know, they'll see the Red Table Talk. They'll be like, oh, you know what? He was laughing and stuff, you know. But like, nah. Like, as a guy, I know the hurt. Like, so the interview starts or whatever. Jada's talking about it, and the first thing Will says, "What happened, Jada?"
Damn, that's what he came out first thing and said.
First thing, what happened, Jada?
So how was Jada doing the whole interview? How was she?
Oh, she was. You know, she seems like she didn't piece it up. She was really clear. I don't feel like it affects her the way that it affects Will. Like, because I don't think we've heard like the shit that Will's been doing. You know what I mean?
And we probably won't. It's a good chance that we won't.
Yeah. But we hear about the stuff that Jada's doing, and I mean, even though not to me, I see how it makes him look a certain way.
It makes Will look a certain way.
Yeah, especially when we talking about, oh yeah, you just gave a dude permission to smash your wife's cheeks, day, night, evening, when around the clock.
The meme when there was the meme. The scary movie meme when that was the one. That was the one. They. Oh my god.
Yeah, we've been seeing some wild stuff on the timeline. So I feel like it makes Will look a certain way. I'm pretty sure people have been hitting his phone crazy. So Jada looked fine. Jada looked like, I've already dealt with this. There's no point in me feeling any way about this again. Where for Will, it's like, I gotta go through this again.
You know what? You made a good point. I'm gonna try to tell you. This is why I think they should have kept their mouth shut. When Jay-Z and Beyonce go through shit, they rarely, or if something happens, they rarely talk about it. Maybe the biggest thing they talked about is the whole. And see, I don't really. They talked about it. Beyonce just put it out there. Yeah, he cheated. You know what I'm saying?
No, Beyonce be putting shit out there.
Yeah, she put it in her music, and like. And Jay-Z, and I haven't seen Jay-Z in an interview except for that one he did when he was talking to the dude about it, the black dude with the glasses. I rarely see Jay-Z in interviews. You know what I'm saying? And like, I get what you're saying with Will, because it does make you look a certain type of way. Because if Will was my man, it's like my boy, like, yo man, what happened? Then you
Yeah,
gotta
like,
explain what's going on and shit, and you're like, oh God, like.
and then your boy's like, couldn't be me. And then you're like,
Couldn't be me.
couldn't be me. And now you're looking like, damn.
Now you're looking like a goofball. Like,
so you know, all right. So starting out the interview, you got your boy saying what happened. Then she said something about we had an entanglement.
What's that?
Her and her and August had an entanglement. I don't know, but I feel like she's coined that phrase, entanglement. But nah, like they had a relationship. Her and August had a relationship. And it's while they were separated, which so it's understandable. Although other people have an issue with the fact that he was obviously going through things, and they feel like she's taking advantage. I personally don't feel that way.
Who wait? When you say he was going through things, who was going through things?
August. I'm sorry, August. August was going through like some mental and emotional hardships, is how they describe it. And when he first came around, so some people feel like she took advantage of him because she was trying to nurse him back to I don't know, health, normalship. I don't know whatever he was going through. She was just trying to help him through it. But in helping him through it, he fell in love and has bonded to her. And it obviously was maybe her and going through I don't know if they were going through a divorce, but they were definitely separated. So she's going through something and is now, I don't know, trying to help this young man go through something, and he's showing her attention and love and everything like that, and she's getting something from it, and they just felt like she capitalized on the situation.
Okay, so they saying that she took advantage of. So
Yeah,
did she address them having sex at
I
all?
don't know. I mean, I don't know. I didn't hear her say, "Yeah, we was slapping cheeks or whatever," but
such a funny word.
oh, but she points to the fact that they had a relationship and also had a very or no, a very, very good friendship or something like that. I was like, yeah, nah,
They were smashing. Yeah, a very, very good friendship. Yeah, they were smashing. Okay. They were smashing.
She definitely was stabbing Will like low key with her words. Like
and every little bit Will's dying inside.
Yeah, he's just twisting.
Okay, so what was Will's reaction to? I mean, I know he had the nod, but did he say anything that stood out to you?
So at the end, or at the end of the clip that I watched, I think it was 13 minutes, but I seen 10 minutes. He was like, for him, it's about getting back at her. And she's like, no, I think you done got me back enough. And he's like, yeah, you right. He's like, but nah, really though. I'm like, it seemed like he's like, nah, I'm about to hit up Shorty. One of these shorties that I was smashing, they're gonna put a tell-all book out there or something. They're like
he said that?
No. All he said, that's what I'm like in my mind. No, because the get back thing, he said that. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get you back. And then she said, I think you got me back enough. He was like, you right. And she's like, I don't even think it should be about getting I don't even think it should be about getting somebody back. And he's like, it is for me though.
Oh shit.
So that's their interaction. So that's why in my mind, I'm like, oh, he about to hit up a shorty to write a tell-all book. He probably about to pay for publishing, all that. He about to get that joint out there. There will be many YouTube channels started.
Oh my God.
He got something cooking but you can't be petty in a relationship.
Yeah, you can't. There's no petty wop.
It seemed like they've been trying everything under the sun to work it out. But how do you feel about people holding on to a relationship just because the length of time?
Like when they're really done with it, but just because they have so much time invested in it?
Yeah, because they pointed to the fact that they were 25 years in. Mind you, at the time the whole August Alsina thing happened was 4 years ago, so they were 21 years at that point. But
In a relationship?
yeah, them two.
They all kind of. I keep thinking they in their 30s, but that's why I was like 21. But yeah, they're like in their 40s, probably even close to 50 now. You just went out. I can't hear you.
I said Will easily got to be 50
Yeah,
years old.
Yeah, definitely got to be 50. Yeah, for sure. That's why I was like, what? So here's the thing. Relationships, especially when one that has so much time in it. Like I said, you love the person at this point. That's why both of y'all stand. But the question is it healthy to stay just because of the time? And when I say that, I mean, yes, you have time, but you have nothing else. Like y'all not talking, y'all not having sex, y'all not going nowhere. Is it really worth staying during that time? To me, you may just have to let it go, because if it's not bringing neither one of you no happiness, why are you staying?
I'll say this.
Whoa, before you get in that, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was going to say I had something else to add to it, because this leads to people cheating. To me, this what leads, because you're not happy.
When you're not happy, but y'all just staying in it for the sake of staying in it. Exactly. I got you. But here, for me, like, all right, so I was just at a wedding yesterday. Big ups to my man Terrence and his wife, his lovely wife Carrie.
Carrie, woo!
Happy for y'all. And in that wedding, and in the speeches that follow, there was a lot of, this is for life. Now, I agree. A marriage should be for life. That's a commitment. That's a bond that y'all hold each other to. Now, I am realistic. This is life. People are flawed. We might get to a point where it's not going to work. Now, so in a marriage, I feel like you get 20, 25, 30 years in. The time should not be the only thing that's holding y'all together. Now, y'all can go through a lot of stuff. There could be a lot of ups and downs. But as long as both of y'all are trying to work through it, y'all be fine. Y'all can get through anything. But if you get to a point where there's no communication, like you said, yeah, there's no affection. There's not even an ounce of friendship. Like, literally, the only reason y'all staying together is because of the time, and it's cheaper to keep them. Nah, you can't do that. Like, y'all better off being apart, honestly, because y'all just causing your own misery. Going home to someone that you hate to see, like, I don't understand it. But if all right, so say you are going home to someone that you hate to see, but y'all are talking about it. That's a communication of like, oh, how can we fix this? I want to fix this. Like, I don't want to hate you. Y'all gonna be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just the down point.
I agree. I know a lot of older couples who are like that. Like, they're just together for the motions. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because you're comfortable and you're used to this person.
Perfect wording. You're comfortable at this point. You're comfortable. I even heard people say, at this time I didn't put so much time in, like you were saying, where I'm gonna go.
Older people out there.
I'm 50 years old. You want me to go out and buy an apartment? Because I haven't gone through it, but I hear divorce sometimes it can get nasty. It can get nasty. Okay? It can get nasty.
All right. As a person who has went through a divorce.
I was about to say, do you sure you don't just want to edit this part out?
No, we keeping it. We partying.
We gonna be real about this. I did.
No, And so, as a person who has went through a divorce, my divorce wasn't messy. It was just like we reached that point. We reached that point where it wasn't any communication. Um, and she felt like it was impossible to get past where we was at. All right, you know, we went our separate ways. Now, luckily, I am still young. I'm still in my 20s, so I have my whole life ahead of me to find that one. You know what I mean?
Facts, facts.
So I'm not rushing anything. And I feel like even if I was 40, 50 years old, there would be that thought in my mind like, oh, we put so much time into this. But like I said, if everything else is missing, if you get to a point where you like, yo, this is impossible. Like, we can't make it past this. I'm not staying around. I'll get that apartment. I'm cool. I'll buy an apartment. I'll, do my own thing.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, I definitely just don't. I'm for sure. I'll tell anybody. I'm not with open relationships because then shit like this happens. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, because I feel like it's easy for you to just fall in love with that other person and bounce.
Yep, it is. And I don't care when people say, "Oh, my feelings won't get involved. Oh, this is just gonna be friends with benefits." I don't think humans are wired like that. Now, maybe there are some people that can just turn it off and not get their feelings involved, but I definitely think, I think we, as him, we want to feel something. You know what I'm saying?
Josh, I really want you to watch the other episodes of Easy because I know you saw the first episode, so I know you saw the couple going through this. I really want you to watch their journey. So and y'all for any of y'all who haven't seen it, there's a show called Easy on Netflix. It's a great show to watch. And I think it's only one season so far, so you can catch up really easy. But there's the show just goes over different people's lives. They're not really entangled or I don't think, like one of those crash, like the movie Crash, how everyone kind of came together.
That movie was so good.
I don't know if it's going to be like that, but it seems like all their stories
somehow mix. Yeah,
but they kind of go together. So so back to what I was saying, it's a situation of the open relationship. And I want you to just watch it so we can, probably on a future podcast have a little bit of a snippet of talking about how that played out for them.
Okay. Yeah, I watched the first episode, and I'm pretty sure something else came out. That's why I stopped watching, because I remember thinking, "Oh, man, this is actually pretty deep." Like,
I mean, you literally you take forever to watch anything. Well, so
thanks a lot, Larry. Good to know where our friendship lies. Good to go.
We're like, mind you, we've been in quarantine, and you still took forever to watch Insecure.
I mean, can you give me some slack here? I mean, I was watching. I was watching Future Diary. I was watching Justice League. I was watching Young Justice. I was watching Harley Quinn. I was watching Lost in Space, trying to catch up on Altered Carbon. I still need to catch up on Black Mirror. I got so much crap I need to catch up on, man.
I'm gonna let you live your life.
Thank you,
I'm just gonna start spoiling shit.
Whoa.
Like you got a 3-week timetable. If you don't finish, the last season of these things, I'm just gonna be like, all right, you had your chance. You had your chance, man. I'm just gonna spoil it.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Friendship is just a thing of the past. Just ain't gonna spoil the junk.
How many of us have
friends?
So,
bruh. Oh man.
Now we did have another topic, but I guess that would in itself would take like another hour.
That was gonna be a good one. Because we're already at 1 hour and 6 minutes right now. So, but next week we will talk about this topic, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We're gonna be partying. And some of y'all are not gonna like these answers.
Yeah, I already got called a couple different names off of this. So, you know, I love y'all though.
And we do love y'all. And this is a show where you can actually respond and even if it's hate, you know what I'm saying? But I want to tell you, should we tell them what it is, Larry, so they can get ready? So they can have their questions in the comments and stuff? Should we tell them?
No. You gotta build the suspense. The to be continued. Add that to the joint.
Right at the bottom, the to be continued.
To be continued. I want the suspense built.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. This one's gonna be good. So we want to thank you all. This podcast has grown a lot and has a lot of listens and things. So continue to listen, like, comment, share, the whole shabam, subscribe. Hook us up on Anchor. You know, we on Spotify, Google, wherever you listen to. But we don't get a chance to thank y'all. And so I wanted to say thank you for dealing with my loud voice over this podcast. My way of looking at things. I don't get to say that. So thank you for the men and women. And for the people who just see the clip and they just say, oh, men ain't shit. And then they say we simps and shit like that. Fuck you. So there you go.
As y'all can tell, Josh is really hurt about that. But I do want to thank y'all as well. You know, even if you do think we simps, I want to thank you for at least, you know, commenting. I'll take it. But thank all of y'all for viewing. I want to thank my friends that, you know, tune in, give me support, give me love. Thank y'all. Thank everyone on YouTube that's liking and subscribing. I really appreciate y'all.
Really appreciate it.
Everyone who's telling your friends about us, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the help in growing this into something that's going to be even better in the future. And thank you for being patient with us. Like, I know Josh is stupid. All of his takes are just trash. I know they're just the worst. But, you know, y'all see what I deal with all the time. And thank you for being patient with him. I love y'all. This has been episode 6 of Men Ain't Shit.
Yes.
And I want to let you know, we trying.
Y'all stay frosty.
Block.
Block. It's nuts in here. And we'll see y'all next week.